Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Homage to the exalted one, the worthy one, the supremely enlightened one. Three refuge, three sarana. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. I go to the Buddha for refuge. I go to the Dhamma for refuge. I go to the Sangha for refuge. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. A second time, I go to the Buddha for refuge. A second time, I go to the Dhamma for refuge. A second time, I go to the Sangha for refuge. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. A third time, I go to the Buddha for refuge. A third time, I go to the Dhamma for refuge. A third time, I go to the Sangha for refuge. 5 precepts, Panchasila. Please repeat after me. Pānātipātā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Pānātipātā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Adinādānā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Kāmesu micchācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Kāmesu micchācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Surameraya majjapama daṭṭhānā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
Surameraya majjapama daṭṭhānā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi.
I undertake the training rule to abstain from taking life. I undertake the training rule to abstain from stealing. I undertake the training rule to abstain from sexual misconduct. I undertake the training rule to abstain from false speech. I undertake the training rule to abstain from intoxicating drinks and drugs causing heedlessness. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Friends in Dhamma, first of all, we are going to pay our homage to the Supreme Buddha, offering these items to his noble qualities. The Supreme Buddha is the person who developed his mind to the maximum level, compassion and wisdom. we are going to offer these items, candles, flowers, drinks, incense, and all the things to the Buddha's noble qualities. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vinjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu Anuntaro purisa dhamma sarati sattha deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Such indeed the exalted one, the worthy one, the supremely enlightened one, endowed with knowledge and conduct, well gone, nor of the world, the incomparable trainer of persons to be tamed, the supreme teacher of gods and men, enlightened and exalted. We offer all these items to the Supreme Buddha's noble qualities. Adevase tuno bhante sambang sandhaya pujitam anukampannupadaya patiganhatu muntama imina punya kammena mahame bala samagamo Satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana pantiyam. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good morning for everyone, dear friends in Dhamma. At this very early morning, you all gather here for a special meritorious act, a spiritual session. Here we are conducting the Metta Day Dhamma program. First of all, we are listening to Buddha's message in short, then we are going to practice meditation. When we are listening to Buddha's message in short, Buddha explained his message in one sentence, purifying one's mind. Sacitta Paryodapanam. All the Buddhist doctrines that Buddha has explained for 45 years can be summarized in this one sentence. Sacitta Paryodapanam. Purifying one's mind. Why do we need to purify our mind? When our mind is polluted with negative thoughts, we have no real happiness. That is why we need to purify our mind. Here, we should understand the nature of our mind. Our mind is always polluted with negative emotions, unwholesome mental states. All the negativities, negative thoughts can be summarized into three. They are greed, anger, and delusion. By listening to Dhamma, by practicing Dhamma, we little by little purify our mind from these negative thoughts. Here, it is very important to understand the path that Buddha has explained. Buddha emphasized the importance of having Sammaditthi or right understanding. When we practice this path, first of all we should know the path, what we practice, where we are going to. By listening to Dhamma, we understand what is the nature of our life and the world. By listening to Dhamma, we develop our understanding, our wisdom little by little. Right understanding can be divided into two. One of them is that understanding the karmic law. The other one is understanding the dependent origination. When we listen to Buddha's message, we understand the nature of the karma. What is the nature of the karma? It means whatever we do with intention, physically, verbally, or mentally, we will have the same results. When our mind is polluted with negativities, negative thoughts, the results are evil. The results are negative because of polluted mind. When our mind is pure and calm, then our activities are correct, the results are correct and fruitful. This is the very first understanding that we have listening to what the Buddha taught. With this understanding, little by little we go on the path of liberation, the Noble Eightfold Path. When we have right understanding, then we have right intention. Right intention is the second step of the Noble Eightfold Path. When we have right intention, we have right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Little by little we go forward. With the understanding of the karmic law, we always try to overcome negative thoughts. We don't do any evil. Sabbha papa sakaranam. That is the very first advice of the Supreme Buddha. The second one is kusala supasampada, practicing good deeds. We practice good deeds in our life. Good deeds means meritorious deeds. With a pure mind, we practice good deeds physically, verbally, and mentally. Practicing merit means giving gifts to our mind or decorating our mind. Buddha says punya or meritorious deeds as chitta lankarang, chitta parikaram. Meritorious deeds means the decoration of our mind or giving the gift to our mind. All the meritorious deeds can be summarized into three. There are three meritorious deeds: generosity, virtue, and meditation. Generosity means offering something to others. When we have the knowledge of the spiritual path, little by little we train our mind to overcome greed, offering something to others. We practice generosity. He who has a generous mind, generous heart, has a lot of happiness. Peti mudarang vindati data. Not only generosity that we practice morality or discipline in our speech and behavior. When we do something, when we speak something, we think again and again whether it is correct. That is very important. If we have this understanding, we have no regrets. The reason is that we do everything with contemplation of our activities. And also, we go forward little by little with this good discipline in our speech and behavior. We enter the next step, that meditation or mental culture. Meditation in Buddhism means purifying one's mind or medication for our mind. Meditation means medication for our mind. Our mind is always ill. Therefore, we should need to give medication for our mind. Meditation means in Buddhism that medication for our mind. Then we can make an mind without illnesses. Buddhist meditation means that purifying one's mind from negative thoughts. We should understand the nature of the Buddhist meditation. There are a lot of meditation techniques can be seen in Buddhism. All the meditation techniques that Buddha has explained for 45 years can be summarized into two. In one side, we should practice loving kindness meditation. On the other side, we can practice mindfulness. In other way, we can explain that concentration meditation and insight meditation, samatha bhavana and vipassana bhavana. Samatha bhavana means we contemplate on our mind in a particular wholesome object. and we reflect on it again and again. And also, insight meditation means we reflect on the world reality as it is. Especially, we reflect on impermanence. That means Vipassana Bhavana or Vidarsana Bhavana. Here in the first level, with the understanding of the karmic law, in the mundane level, the highest meritorious deed that loving kindness meditation. Buddha says the importance of practicing loving kindness meditation. The purpose of practicing loving kindness meditation is that we focus on our mind to overcome anger, one of the main reasons of suffering. When our mind is angry, actually we have no real happiness. That is why Buddha explained the importance of practicing loving kindness meditation, Metta Bhavana. We can see a lot of results when we practice loving kindness meditation. On the other side, we practice insight meditation or mindfulness. These are the two major meditation techniques in Buddhism we can see. Little by little we go forward on this path, we can see the results. When mind cleans, we can see the results because the Dhamma is visible results, immediately effective. When our mind is cleansed, we can see the beauty of our mind. We can see the beauty of our life. Little by little we go forward, especially with the understanding of the karmic law. We practice loving kindness meditation in our day-to-day life. Not only that, on the other side, with the understanding of the dependent origination or Patisamuppada, we practice mindfulness meditation. This is also one of the meditation techniques that Buddha has highly appreciated. First of all, we are going to practice mindfulness meditation with using breathing meditation. Next, we practice loving kindness meditation in short. Here, we should have clear understanding what we are going to practice. Buddha says, vision is very important. Vision is front. Samma Ditti Pure Javan. Right understanding is first. For right understanding of Samma Ditti, we should listen to Buddha's message, and also we should develop wise consideration. Wise consideration means Yoniso Manasikara. In one side, we should have Parato Goso listening to Dhamma with the association of good friendship, Kalyana Mitta. On the other side, we should reflect on what we heard from the good association. This is the vision. What is the mission? Mission means what we should do to achieve the goal. All the meditation techniques can be summarized into two: concentration meditation and insight meditation. In one side, we practice Metta Bhavana or Samatha Bhavana. On the other side, we practice insight meditation or Vipassana Bhavana. Little by little, we go forward, seeing the results of our spiritual path. This is the thing what Buddha has explained in his lifetime. When we practice the Dhamma, we go forward on the path of liberation, the Noble Eightfold Path. According to our understanding and courage and dedication, we go forward in the Dhamma, and also the very special thing, according to our dedication, we can see the results because Dhamma is Sanditiko and Akaliko, visible results and immediately effective. First of all, we are going to practice breathing meditation, mindfulness, the awareness of our body and mind, and also in the first session, in the first hour, we practice Metta Bhavana too. As I mentioned before, Buddha's message is in short is that Sachitta Pariyodhapanam, purifying one's mind. For that, in one side we have to practice three meritorious deeds, Dana, Sila and Bhavana. On the other side, we should practice mindfulness. When we go forward little by little, we can see the results in this life. Okay, dear friends in Dhamma. Now, first of all, we are going to practice mindfulness, being aware of our body and mind by practicing breathing meditation, Anapanasati Bhavana. Okay, please have a seat for your sitting meditation and relax your body, please. Be aware of your body posture from your legs to head and from your head to legs. Now I keep my attention around the nose or upper lip in the present moment. I don't think my past or future. I keep my attention in the present moment. When I breathe in, I know that I am breathing in. When I breathe out, I know that I am breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am fully aware of the present moment, keeping my attention around the nose or upper lip. With breathing in and out, I understand my body. This breathing is one of the activities of my body. My life depends on this breathing in and out. I keep my full attention in the present moment. Breathe in and out. When I breathe in alone, I understand that now I am breathing in alone. When I breathe out alone, I recognize that now I am breathing out alone. When I breathe in short, I understand that now I am breathing in short. When I breathe out short, I recognize that I am breathing out short. Recognizing the entire breathing body, I am breathing in and out. Breathing in, breathing out. Little by little, my breathing is calming down. When my mind concentrates, I feel happiness. I feel tranquility. I give my full attention around the nose or upper lip in the present moment, breathing in and out. And also when I breathe in and out, I understand my mind, whether my mind is greedy or ungreedy, angry or not angry, ignorant or not ignorant. I understand the present mental situation. My mind is very calm. My mind is generous. My mind is compassionate. My mind mind is mindful. Recognizing my mind in the present moment. I am breathing in and out, keeping my attention around the nose or upper lip. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Friends in Dhamma, now we practiced breathing meditation in short. In the next session, we are going to continue it. And now we are going to practice loving kindness meditation too, Metta Bhavana. We specially conduct this program as a Metta Day meditation session. Metta Bhavana is one of the main meditation techniques in Buddhism. Buddha has emphasized the importance of practicing loving kindness meditation in many discourses in his teaching. Practicing Metta Bhavana or loving kindness meditation is the highest quality, highest spirituality, highest meritorious deed in the mundane level that we can practice to develop our spirituality to the maximum level in the mundane level. We spread loving kindness to everyone, those who are in this universe, from here to there, from the place where we are into the world, universe. We spread loving kindness little by little. When we practice loving kindness meditation, in one side, we can overcome anger from our mind. On the other side, we can develop our spirituality and we can develop our concentration too. This is the main purpose of practicing loving kindness or metta meditation. The main purpose of practicing loving kindness meditation is to overcome anger. Anger is one of the main reasons that we suffer. When we are angry, actually we have no inner peace. We have no happiness. We do everything in the name of happiness. If we have no happiness, we have no results in this life. Therefore, Buddha says, he who wishes to attain the peace of mind should practice loving kindness meditation. Yantam santam padang abhisamicca. He who wishes to attain the peace of mind should practice loving kindness meditation as much as possible, as much as we can. Here, as our time, we are going to practice loving kindness meditation too in short. For that, please get ready. Relax your body, please. Be aware of your body posture. From your legs to head and from your head to legs. And keep your attention around the nose or upper lip in the present moment. And keeping my attention around the nose or upper lip, now I am going to spread loving kindness to everyone, those who are in this universe. May all beings at this place be well, happy and peaceful. May all beings in the east direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the west direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the east direction, may all beings in the north direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the south direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the upper direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the lower direction be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings in the entire world be well, happy and peaceful. May they attain the final bliss of liberation. May all beings be well, happy and peaceful. I see the all over the world like my family, like my children. I see their success as my success. I wish all of them I develop my loving kindness and compassion to everyone, those who are in this universe. I see everyone like my only son or daughter. I have a compassionate heart everywhere for everyone. May all beings be well, happy and peaceful. I am friendly with everyone. I am friendly with everyone in this universe, among human beings and non-human beings. I see everyone like my child. I spread love and kindness to everyone in this universe. May all beings be well, happy and peaceful. May all beings attain the final bliss of liberation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Friends in Dhamma, at this moment we practice mindfulness meditation and loving kindness meditation. We do everything in the name of Buddhism for our inner peace, mental culture, our spiritual happiness. We do all the activities what Buddha has explained for spiritual development. We do all these activities silently, mindfully, and slowly. When we practice this path, and also when we listen to Buddha's message, we cleanse the path, what we practice, where we are going to. That is why Buddha explained the vision is very important. Vision is front. Vision is first. What is the vision? Understanding the karmic energy and also understanding the dependent origination. Dependent origination means understanding the impermanence. Everything is impermanent. Our body is impermanent. Our mind also impermanent. Every moment our body changes. Our mind also changes. It means every moment our body arises as the result of conditions. And also when conditions ceases, the body also every moment ceases. Our mind also like that. Our mind arises because of mentality and corporeality. When they cease, this mind also every moment ceases. This is the understanding that we have throughout understanding the divine origination. Our entire life is the present moment. That present moment always arises and ceases. In one side, we develop loving kindness. On the other side, we practice mindfulness. And finally, we see the impermanence, the world reality as it is. This is the Buddhist path. This is the Buddha's advice. Okay, now we discuss the Buddha's message in short and we practice it in short. And now you have a break time for 10 minutes and we will meet again at 8:30 a.m. Okay, now you have 10 minutes break. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.